For those of you who do not know, my name is Ash, and today's reading is going to be about what would a tarot reader say if your person got a tarot reading about you. So this is a trend I've been seeing going around recently, and I really love it, so I really want to do it. Also, I apologize for the lighting. I started doing this when it was really sunny, and then all of a sudden the sun went behind a huge cloud, and it doesn't seem like it's going to come out anytime soon, so we're going to have to deal with this. Okay, so we have 3 piles going on here. So pile number 1 is a time to walk alone. Pile number 2 is transcendence. Pile number 3 is empowerment. Okay, so just take a moment and close your eyes and think about think about your person and what card you think they would pick, or what pile you think they would pick. All right, so just take a second and pick whichever one you're most drawn to. And I also want to say before we start, I apologize for my absence. I have been really ill recently, but today is the first day where my head has been clear enough for me to do one of these videos, and I'm feeling a lot better. So hopefully it stays this way. But yeah, so I'm going to get started with pile number 1, and if you need more time, please just pause the video. Hello to those of you who picked pile number 1. So to explain a little bit, I am going to be talking to your person as I do the reading. So when I say you, I mean your person. And when I say they, I mean you, if that makes any sense, okay? So let's get started. All right, a time to walk alone. So to begin with this card, I do want to say that I feel like you and your person either aren't together right now, or there's some sort of separation. So that can be physical separation, such as long distance relationship, but it can also be a literal separation where perhaps you two have broken up, or you're just taking some sort of break or space from each other. Perhaps you haven't heard from each other in quite a while. This card is also about self-discovery, okay? So your person may be on a self-discovery journey at the moment, taking some space away from you and your relationship to sort of find themselves, to gain inner peace, to ground themselves, to learn their life purpose, things like this. Now let's see, how do they feel about you and your relationship? So we have 8 of Cups. We have Knight of Pentacles. Yes. We have 6 of Swords. We have Temperance. We have the Ace of Wands. And then we also have the World. All right. Let me read this for a moment, please. So, how they feel about you. They feel like you offer them quite a bit, but it's not necessarily exactly what they want, or you don't offer them what they want at all. I don't mean for that to sound so harsh. You know, it could be, you know, about anything. Like maybe your love languages are just different, or perhaps communication just hasn't been very clear recently. But it seems like they do acknowledge what you do offer them, because we have all these cups here, and the Birdman, the Birdman is looking down at them, but he still wants something a little bit more. Like it's just not quite reaching him, you know? And so that's how this person is kind of feeling about this relationship. Like, oh, I wish this person could do this, or I wish I had a little bit more of this. With the Knight of Pentacles, they feel like you're a little bit more career focused. Like perhaps you prefer to have things more long term, or you try to think of things in a more long term sort of way. And so you may turn your back on things in order to work on your finances, or to spend time at your job, or spend time on your hobbies, or something about, you know, they might even think you're kind of leaving them behind because you're so wrapped up in your own stuff, or you're so busy fighting some sort of battle. So that battle could be, you know, an inner battle with finances, such as, you know, you prefer to have a certain amount of money in your bank account, or you want to get to a certain place in life, or, you know, you could be fighting with some, not necessarily fighting, but like playing tug of war with somebody at work, or with some kind of projects you've been doing. And so, you know, I think they really admire you for that. They admire you for how you can go into it. And we see here with the Ace of Wands as well, right underneath it, that, you know, you're really a go-getter. You may have some Aries energy as well. You're really a go-getter. You're really fiery, and they really, really appreciate that. They really like that about you. They see you as somebody who knows what they want, and they try to make lofty goals. But then again here, Temperance with the 5, 6, 8 of Eight of Cups underneath it. Like, this person is just kind of like thinking about everything and thinking about the situation right now. So perhaps they've removed themselves from the situation, and they see, I see what it is. So, you know, because they know you're such a gung-ho kind of person, or you're a person that just like kind of fights for things. They think you're either overworking yourself at this time, or you're busying yourself with work, or you're trying to seem like you don't care about the relationship as much by throwing yourself into some sort of work. And perhaps you look, they know, okay, they already know this, that perhaps you look happier on social media than you really are, or something like that. So, you know, they may have gotten another tarot reading about you, and they were like, well, you know, they're not really that happy. But they're definitely going inward about this relationship. And I think they want the same for you. They want some sort of reflection, because I feel like they love this relationship. It's a really it's a happy place for them. And they can't move on here. We see here with the 6 of Swords in reverse, like they cannot move on from the situation. They really want to, I feel like, or they might be kind of like playing around a little bit. Like they might want you to think they want to move on from the relationship even, because there is so much love here and contemplation. And I feel like they're still really waiting for that cup to be handed to them. You know, like it seems like they gave up on you, but they haven't. They're still kind of hoping. They're still trying to like manifest the situation, I feel like. And, you know, they're still really waiting for it to happen. And so they're kind of delaying moving forward. But they might be in limbo. They might be thinking about it like, should I just move forward anyway? Should I wait for this person? But, you know, you're like their world. You're very important to them. You're more of a soulmate sort of connection for them. And they feel that very strongly and very deeply. Perhaps you have taught them quite a bit. Perhaps you have moved with them in the past and you have history with them. Or this can literally, it can be literal separation. I feel like this person wants to meet you in the middle, or they want to meet you wherever you're at, if you're physically separated, if they can, because they're not moving forward right now. So if you two fix things, you know, they might wind up like meeting you, like maybe they'll fly halfway across the world to see you or something like that. But yeah, I feel like with the World underneath, the 6 of Swords, they definitely do not want to move forward from this relationship at this time. Oh, I had these ones upside down. I know I pulled these differently. Okay, so we have a change in the wind. We have to the sea. We have the tribe. Clarifying those, we have Treasure Island and round in reverse. I suppose that's it. I thought I drew one more card. Okay, so your person is looking for a change. They're looking for some sort of change, but they feel like it's not coming, okay? I have the inkling that they are waiting for you to change because they want you to give them that cup that was previously mentioned. They really want you to change, but they're feeling like it's not going to happen, like perhaps you're not going to change. Because then again, we have round in reverse. So round is about breaking cycles or karmic cycles or toxic cycles that are very bad for you, that hurt relationships, that hurt romance, that hurt you, that hurt the people in your life. And so because this is here, it makes me think that your person feels like you're not putting in the work that you need to do. You're not doing any effort to break this cycle. And because of that, they feel like there's no change coming in your relationship. And that's why I think they're kind of like debating, like, you know, I don't see this person's trying to change at all. I feel like they're just doing the same thing they're always doing. Like, you know, they might be like kind of hiding, or they might just not be doing they're not walking the path they're supposed to. They're not doing their inner self work here. So, you know, that they might be like, okay, like, I know this person isn't really doing that, so should I wait a little longer and see if they will do that and come to me, or should I leave? They feel very disconnected from you. They feel very disconnected from you, but at the same time, they're just waiting. They're waiting for you. So they're like, okay, like, I love this person. I want this person in my life, you know, but they need to change first, and I don't know when that's going to happen. So I'm just going to sit here in this boat and see where it takes me, you know. So literally, you are this ocean. You are this current. And so they're literally just kind of like sitting on you, like waiting to see which direction you're going to take them, okay? And if you're not going to move at all, then they're going to start paddling away and they're going to go somewhere else. But if you start moving, then, you know, like, they're just going to like rock with you. They're just going to go with the flow with you. But yeah, again, here with the tribe in reverse, they feel very disconnected with you. I feel like they do. Like, they don't think you're a part of their soul family per se, but they feel an undoubtedly strong connection with you. And I think with this card in reverse, they're doubting whether or not you feel the same way. They don't know if you feel the same way at all about them. You know, it might be one of these instances where they're kind of feeling like, well, why would this person like do this to me? You know, I put so much love into them. You know, I made them family. And I mean, that's not going to resonate for everybody, only some of you. But, you know, like, whatever the situation was, you know, they feel like, I don't want to say they feel a little betrayed. I think they just feel a little disappointed and a little hurt. But, you know, that love is still here so much because we have Treasure Island. So they see so much potential in this relationship. They really want to keep this relationship with you. They see so much love. They see so much abundance. They see so much wisdom. And again, we have the water. So, you know, this person may be a water sign, or you may be a water sign. But yeah, I just feel like this person, like, you know, they're sticking around with you for now. They're trying to figure out what's kind of happening with you, if you're going to change, if things are going to move forward. But yeah, they're just kind of like going with the flow right now. They're just kind of sticking with it to see what happens. And then we have be bold and make the first move. So yeah, they definitely want you to make the first move, whether that is taking the step in changing your life or taking the step in reaching out and communicating in this relationship. And then we also have nothing will come of the situation. So this person may have some anxieties about it. And Spirit is literally just telling them, like, it doesn't matter like how bad you're feeling about the situation right now, or how you're feeling at all in general, because ultimately it's not up to you, and this person already knows that. So, you know, I feel like they're trying to kind of hide how bad they feel about it, but, you know, it's still there. The feelings are still there, and nothing's gonna come of that, you know, because either you stay or you go. And this person already knows, but I think they're kind of like mentally denying it to themselves as well in a way. And so for relationship advice, we have be at peace. Okay. So if you guys had some sort of fight, whether or not you think you're the one that's in the right or they're in the right, or if they think that vice versa, doesn't matter who is right and who is wrong. Okay. Sometimes we need to sort of put that aside, because if this relationship is really worth something to you, which it seems like to your person, this relationship is worth quite a bit to them. They value it quite a lot. And so, you know, like somebody needs to be peaceful about it and just be like, okay, like, is this worth the end of our relationship? Is this really worth it? So think about that for a little bit. And that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it if you did. Please give me a thumbs up down below if you enjoyed this video, all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye. Hello to those of you who picked number 2, which is transcendence. Okay, I'm gonna explain a thing to you before we get started. So during this reading, I am going to be talking to your person. I'm not going to be talking to you, okay? So when I say your person, I mean you, and when I say you, I mean your person, if that makes sense. This reading is for your person, it's not for you. It's about what a tarot reader would say about you if the person got the tarot reading about you. So yeah, I'm going to be addressing your person. So let's get started. Okay, so transcendence. I want to begin with saying that perhaps this relationship is a little long distance, or perhaps you haven't seen each other in quite a while. I don't know if there was an argument between you two yet or something like that, but transcendence is a card about transcending all odds. It's about transcending reality even. So you guys definitely have a very psychic connection. You two probably have had many past lives together where even you lived on different planets in different realities. You two might be very old souls. You might even be in the same soul family. So this card is about being bigger than a human being, right? Like your soul is massive and amazing and beautiful, and it's magic. Like it's literal pure energy, okay? It's not attached to our flesh bodies. You are so much bigger than Earth itself, and life itself as well. Like life is, you know, it's just, you're just here to learn. So, you know, it seems like one of you or both of you really need to remember that. But this can also mean that your relationship transcends everything. It transcends all odds. So let's keep that in mind as we go along. Let's see how they feel about you. So we have 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Moon. We have the Star in reverse, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the High Priestess, and the Nine of Wands. Very interesting combo. Let me read your cards for a second here. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles is the need to take on more responsibility. And then we also have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here. So this person feels as though perhaps you do not want any new start with them. You might not be willing to work on something new or fresh or go into a new phase of your life. This can also even be like a family, like perhaps you don't want to have children, perhaps you don't want to move to a certain place that they wish they could. They feel like you don't want to take on some sort of responsibility. And because of that, you know, there's this slow moving energy. There's this energy of maybe even a lack of abundance almost within your relationship. It's very interesting. This person can also think that perhaps you're a lot of work. You're a lot of work. I do see a lot of very emotional cards here as well. So let's get into those. So we have the Moon. They think you're very mysterious and emotional. Like perhaps you're even like Scorpio to a degree, or you have Scorpio in your chart. But they definitely feel like, you know, you might hide some feelings from them. You don't really let them come to the surface. They also have a feeling that you need to work on your shadow self or your shadow side, or reflect on some sort of part of yourself more, because they hope that you could learn from it and grow from it. Especially here with the High Priestess, like they think you're very, very smart. They think you're so knowledgeable. They think you are so powerful. You are just very, you might even be traditional. You might be very traditional. But they definitely do think you're very smart, at least book smart. So, you know, you might be a person that has a lot of degrees, or perhaps you are somebody who just really enjoys finding worldly and cosmic knowledge. You might be somebody who gets in touch with their higher self quite easily as well. But because it's clarified by the Moon, I really feel like this person is really waiting for you to go within yourself and find some sort of self-knowledge so that you can bring it forward and share it with the world, because they know you have it within you. So if you're having any doubts about something, you know, maybe going into a certain career or doing a certain project or putting yourself out there, this person really believes that you have the power to do that. And so they're just sort of waiting for you to find that power within yourself as well. There's something, I feel like there's a big block. I don't know what that's about. Like there's a wall or something that's being put up, especially with this sort of energy right here. It feels very strange. Like I can't move forward with it. So, you know, I feel like this person has like some sort of feelings that they also don't really want you to know. Or there might be some sort of hard feelings as well. But again, we have the Star in reverse, and then we have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is all about cosmic knowledge and otherworldly knowledge, and being in touch with your higher self, and seeing into the future, and fortune telling, and looking towards the future in any sort of way, just like using your intuition as well. And then we have the Star in reverse. So this person feels like you have like something trapped within you that's just so beautiful and cosmic and amazing and powerful, but you don't let it out, like perhaps because you do not dare dream about it, or you do not try to believe in it. But it's giving out this weird, like sort of stuck sort of energy. So, you know, you might be feeling stuck, or this person might be feeling stuck within your relationship. Somebody feels like they cannot move forward. And this person, I think it may be you, and this person thinks you're your own cause of that. That's how they're feeling. So, you know, you might be somebody who self-sabotages yourself. Well, yeah, self-sabotage. Or you might be somebody who's just really not very grounded. That's just how they're feeling. But they know it's within you, so it might kind of frustrate them. Let's look at your other cards here. Okay. All right, so we have To Be Fair in reverse. We have Between Worlds. And we have New Life in reverse. I also kind of got that with this card. It's like they feel like you don't want a new start with them for some reason. Like there's something about a new start, and they feel like you don't want it. We also have Message in a Bottle. We have Loyal Heart. And we also have the Fates in reverse. Okay, so the Fates in reverse is all about not necessarily listening to your intuition. It's about not being connected with a higher power, higher deity, or the universe. So this is, I think, what I was picking up before. Like, there's just some kind of disconnection from a more spiritual standpoint. So, like perhaps you are not connecting very well with your guides, or perhaps you're just not like listening to divine guidance or divine messages. Okay, so how else does this person feel about this relationship? They feel like something is very unbalanced in your relationship. Something is not quite fair. So perhaps you've been spending too much time focusing on yourself or focusing on different things, rather than focusing on what this person feels like needs to be addressed. But I feel like, perhaps you are focusing on yourself, but you're not focusing on yourself in the right way. I think that's what this person is feeling. Like, they're like, okay, this person is like improving their life. Like, they got a new job, they moved to a new place, they're like taking care of their skin, they're drinking water, they're sleeping good. But are they doing what they should be doing? Are they looking within themselves to pull themselves out of this, and so they can like talk to their guides again, and so they can connect with the universe and their higher self? Are they doing that? They feel like in this relationship you're really between like two worlds. So they might feel like one day you're reachable, the next day you're unattainable. So it might be a sort of hot and cold kind of relationship going on. Perhaps, you might be dealing with some sort of depression or some sort of like frustrations, and you might be shutting down a little bit, but this person does feel like, you're kind of shutting down on them, but then not really, but then you are, but then not really. And then we have that again clarified with Loyal Heart. But let's go back to be fair and Message in a Bottle. So this person is really waiting for you to get some kind of message or some kind of clue about what's going on. So this could even be a text message. This could be like numbers on a clock. So if you see synchronicities like 222, 1111, it can even be like 122 or like 844 and things like that. So keep in mind for that. But they're sort of waiting for you to kind of get some kind of message and sort of wake up a little bit, so you can be like, oh, this is what I'm doing wrong. This is what I'm supposed to do. And so I feel like, or this person, like, it doesn't even have to be like, like the give and take is unbalanced in this relationship, but they feel like you're very unbalanced. You're not very balanced in your life. You're not very stable. So that can be emotionally, or, like, I feel like there's something that's just not being dealt with here, probably emotionally. But it can be in a more, what's the word? In a more like physical kind of way. So it could be about like money and things and finances as well. So, like you might be a little hot and cold because of that, but like I think, of course, like they don't like it, but they're not too bothered about it because they love you and they're going to stay loyal to you, and they feel like you're their soulmate, and you might even mirror them. So like, you might be a good mirror of them. So they might have been through what you've been through before, or they might see you everything for what it is, and you might not really like that, so you might kind of shut them out a little bit. So again, we have New Life in reverse, and then we have that clarified by the Fates. So there needs to be some sort of change. There needs to be some sort of new beginning, and your guides are really trying to push you to do this, and this person is also trying to push you to do this, but you're not listening to it. You just don't really want to move forward with that for some reason. Let's see. We have a new start is coming. Okay, so whether or not you want to do this, it's gonna come for you. It's coming for you. It might even be a tower moment. Unfortunately, I did not receive the tower, but this is the kind of feeling I'm getting, because when you refuse to budge on your own, the tower will fall either way. Okay, if the foundation is cracking, it's gonna fall either way. And then emotions are running high. Okay, so this person either feels like you're being very emotional about the situation, or this is causing them to be very stressed out and emotional as well. But yeah, they're definitely, but they have this transcendence going on. So they're like, okay, no matter what bad things happen, they're always going to be with you. They have that loyal heart for you. Like, they love you more than anything. They're probably ride or die and they really want this new start, and it's definitely coming. I think they feel like it's coming, and that's why they're probably really frustrated with you. Like, get ready because it's coming, and then you're like, no, it's not. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to deal with this right now. But, you know, it's going to hit you no matter what. It's going to hit this person as well. And, you know, this between the two worlds thing, it's not going to fly anymore. It's not going to happen anymore. All right. So let's see, your advice from Spirit is watch and wait. Yeah, so, you know, like, you can keep denying this all you want. You can like turn a blind eye to it. You don't have to pay attention to it, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and it doesn't matter because the divine do not work on our timeline. They don't really care whether you want it or not sometimes, and they just go for it because they know it's for your higher good. And I feel like your person knows this as well. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. Please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye. Hello to my pile number 3s, the last pile of the evening. Whoops, let me get rid of this. Okay, let us begin. So I do want to say before we start that I am going to be addressing your person during this reading, okay? So if I say you, I mean your person, and if I say this person or them, I'm talking about you, if that makes sense, okay? So let's begin. So, I'm sorry, I had to think about it for a second. All right, because the card Empowerment was chosen, and because of the imagery here, I feel like this person thinks you help them quite a bit. They think you know, you might be somebody who helps them with their emotions a lot. They might feel like they can come to you and you'll help them gain some sort of stability. And you help them grow as a person quite a bit. So, you know, you might be a teacher to them. You might teach them. You might be a light worker yourself. And I think you've helped them really come into the person they are. You've helped them gain more confidence. You know, it could be body positivity. It could be healthy life choices, or it can be with emotional health as well, or just helping guide them in their life. I feel like they think you're very wise and you know how to talk to people. You're just really good at that. You're really good at helping people feel good about themselves and helping them be their true authentic selves as well. Let's get into the meat of this. So we have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Fool. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Clarified by the Empress. We have 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Let me move these over one. And then we have 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Lots of Pentacles here. Lots of Earth energy. We have a lot of greens here as well. Let me look these over real quick. All right, so to start off, since we have the Hierophant in reverse, clarified by the Empress, so this person knows that you're very knowledgeable, you have some sort of ancient knowledge within you, you're very good at accessing your higher power, your higher self, talking with your guides, that sort of thing, and you're really good at people. I feel like you're really good at people, like the knowledge of people, like how people work, how their emotions work, how to talk to them, how to help them, and that sort of thing. However, with the Hierophant, or the Hierophant rather, they feel like you're kind of keeping some sort of secret from them. Like, you know something they don't know, and that really bothers your person. Or you might, for some of you, you might come off as being less intelligent than you really are, and this might kind of drive this person crazy, and they're like, you're so smart, why do you do that, why do you act so stupid, you know? It might be one of those things. I'm a little guilty of that as well. You can't be smart all the time, really, it's boring. You know, so, and then we have the Fool here as well. So, you know, this person, you might try to have fun, you might try to like have fun in like everything you can find it in. You might just try to enjoy the little things, and it might kind of drive this person crazy. Like, you're this big, powerful being, and you have all this knowledge, but you don't act like it. This person's feeling really left out in the cold about this relationship, though. They feel like you may have left them, and with the Fool here, they think you didn't even like consider them almost. Like, they think you kind of like left them and like didn't look back, like you didn't really consider them in some kind of decision. And, you know, perhaps you kept a secret about some sort of decision, and that's really coming out here. And then they were like, whoa, like, you know, I thought you were like this Queen of Pentacles. I thought you were like so healing and nurturing like the Empress, but like you did this to me. Like, yeah, that's not cool. You know, I think that you kind of like threw them off their game somehow. So they're feeling really left out or really left behind. This can also just be from lack of communication even. So, you know, you two could still be in communication. It doesn't have to be anything big, but maybe you've been going and hanging out with other people or other friends, or partying up somewhere else, or making new friends, and they feel really left out. But it can also be about some sort of life decision. So maybe you went to a different college than they did, or perhaps you decided to move to a different place, or you moved on to a different stage in your life, and you know, they feel like they're not really needed because you didn't really like talk to them about it, or you just, yeah, I feel like there was like no communication about something here. And then again, like they really think you're like the Queen of Pentacles, though. Like they think you're very nurturing and beautiful and wonderful and fantastic, and like you're very giving. You may also be a Capricorn, but at the same time, you know, they feel like they're not really getting that from you. They might, you know, like, I'm not saying that this is really how it is, like this is reality, but this is just how this person is feeling. So, you know, perhaps you gave a lot of attention to this person, and you really helped them with their self-empowerment. You really helped them through a lot of things in life. You're really healing to them. You were the Queen of Pentacles to them. You were the Empress to them. And you gave them all this knowledge and all this love and all this wisdom, and you really helped them. And now you moved on to something else, and perhaps you're working on some other person, or perhaps on some other project, or maybe even you're working on yourself. But we see here she has a baby, so maybe you even had a baby and had a family, and now your person is kind of feeling like, did they forget about me? Like, are they gonna leave me? That sort of thing, because we have two very similar images here with the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, yes, in reverse. Okay, so they feel left behind. They feel like they weren't like, they feel kind of scared, like they're kind of in the dark. Like maybe you even left them overnight almost. That's just how they feel about it. That's how they feel about you. They feel like you were kind of cold to them about something, or you kind of pushed them away. Let's look at your other cards. Oops. Okay, we have Poised in reverse. We have Clean It Up in reverse. We have Truth Be Told in reverse. Clarified by the Book in reverse. Orphaned in reverse. And A Leg Up. Okay, yeah, so this person just feels like there was no communication about something. And they feel really shut out about it. So with Poised in reverse, clarified by the Book in reverse, they feel like things didn't go the way they really wanted to, or the way they planned. Perhaps you guys planned a future together, or perhaps things just like suddenly things weren't how they used to be or how they usually were, and this really unsettled this person. This really like knocked them off their like, it kind of like quaked their foundation. It kind of knocked them off their pedestal even. So like they don't really know how to react because this is so different. Like they're like, oh, but our relationship was never like this, or it was never supposed to be like this, and they're kind of freaking out a little bit. Like they don't know what to do. They feel like this is something that's irreversible as well, or they feel like there's no way they just don't know how to fix it. I don't think. They don't know how to clean it up. They don't know how to approach it. And they feel very left out. They feel very orphaned by you. So yeah, maybe there is some kind of separation going on here. But for a lot of you, I feel like there's not. So this person might just be like, they might not replying as much to you now, or perhaps you've just been too busy and you haven't really spoken to them very much. But yeah, they feel very orphaned by you. And of course, this is over the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So, there's definitely some kind of colder energy where they feel very left out. They feel very disappointed. They don't know what to do. Like, I feel like they really want to clean up this situation, but they just don't know what to do. They don't know where to begin. They're like, what caused this? Like, they want to climb back up onto their pedestal, but everything is like out of sorts. It's out of whack. It's like their equilibrium is off in their life. And then we have Truth Be Told in reverse. So they might feel like you've even lied to them about something. Or like, there just wasn't some sort of communication here. And they could even be kind of like blaming their guides a little bit. Like, why didn't you tell me this was going to happen? This is a huge event. It really hurt me. It really affected me. Like, why didn't you warn me? Why didn't my higher self warn me? Like they were kind of like, I should have seen the signs. I should have seen this coming, and I never did. Nobody told me. Nobody bothered to tell me. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Like, how is it like this? And, they really want you to like kind of reach out to them and kind of like help them back up. Because they have fallen. They're just like on their knees right now, like freaking out. Like they have no idea what to do. They're kind of lost. They feel really alone. They feel very abandoned. And even if this isn't necessarily the case, that's just how this person is feeling right now. And so, this is kind of like a little reminder, like, you might want to kind of swoop in and just be like, hey, like, this isn't really how things are. Like, let me help you up. But yeah, they definitely see you as like this loving mother. They see you as this loving mother bear, and they're like the little cub, and they want to be helped up. So this person might also be a little immature or a little childish as well. They might be younger than you. I get that as well. But yeah, or they might feel like you're helping somebody else up instead of them, and they're kind of salty about it. They're kind of bitter about it. So let's see what else. Okay, so show the world the real you. So they really want your help in showing off themselves. Like, they feel like they can be themselves around you, and they can show the world their true authentic self when they're around you, but they can't do it while alone. Okay, and that might be a part of why there's some kind of disconnect in this relationship, because you might be like, okay, now it's time for you to do it by yourself, and they're like, no, mommy, but I still need help, but but like, I can hardly walk. It might be like one of those sort of things. And then you're like, well, I know you have like the potential to do it. And then we have your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so this person's really in their emotions. They're not being very practical right now. Of course, we have that with both the full moon in Aquarius and the full moon in Taurus. Okay, so the people who I've met that have moon in Aquarius, I'm not saying you can have moon in Aquarius, or your person can have moon in Aquarius, or this can just be a coincidence, but I do want to talk about it. So the people I've met who have moon in Aquarius, like, they act like they're, this is like a call out video now. They act like they're so like, they're like so divine, and they're so knowledgeable, and they are so in touch with their higher self, and they like they're the empress. But then really, like, the moment something kind of like throws them off, they have like a tantrum, like a big baby. Like, they act like they're so big and powerful, but they can't handle like minor inconveniences. They're very like, I don't mean to sound so harsh, but like, they're more emotional than they let on. And so, they might not even be showing you the side of themselves where they're feeling this vulnerable, and they feel like, they're being kind of abandoned, or they're being left out. And so it might come as a surprise for you, because I get the sense that they're kind of like more in their head, about it. It's like that kind of situation more than they're projecting. And so if you spoke to them about it, you might be like, oh my god, I had no idea. But you know, they want to keep this kind of image that they're self-empowered, that they're, you know, powerful and beautiful and wonderful, but on the inside they're kind of like getting destroyed right now. Okay, and so the message about this relationship is be playful, okay? So once you find out that this person is sort of feeling this way, or if you two talk about it, don't take it so hard. And I don't think you will, because I did feel that kind of like disconnection from their emotions and your emotions. But be playful, okay? So you know, let this person know that things are okay, but also that like everything doesn't have to be taken so seriously as well. I feel like, you know, there's some serious energies going on in this relationship, even though there doesn't mean to be, or there doesn't need to be. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys again later. Thank you so much. Bye bye.